Welcome back. It's Kovacs Report, and I've got some interesting books to look at this week. First of which is from Mad Cave called Popkill by Dave Johnson and Jimmy Palmiotti, which is the reason why I picked this book up. Anything with those two names on, I'm going to check out. I loved 100 Bullets. I loved their Harley Quinn run. I loved everything about these two guys. So this was a no-brainer. Now, it's a really interesting concept, right? There's these two cola companies. One's called Popsco, or Popso, and one's called Fizz One. They're both run by these horrible, terrible human beings who happen to be brothers. And as a side note, one has the left arm missing and the other one has the right arm missing. They hate each other. They want nothing more than to ruin their opposition, their brother's company. Now, stuck in the middle of this is this guy here who's undercover. He's like a James Bond, but multiplied by 1,000. He's a womanizer. He's an assassin, industrial espionage, quick talking, fast cars, loose women, lots of booze and drugs. That's John Pyle. Now, he starts off the book infiltrating the competitor's cola company, which I think will be Fizz One, all right? So he's been hired by the CEO of Popso. I can't get the name right. Popso, right? And what he's doing is he's poisoning one of the factories where the cola is made, right? And on the way there's some absolutely amazingly brutal violence and lots of shooting, and it just sets the whole tone of the book. And we jump to Popso headquarters, which is in Japan, where we meet one of the brothers. And again, you can see how ruthless he is, this CEO. He just gives this guy, one of his security agents who was in charge of that factory that was poisoned, an ultimatum. He says, look, you either kill yourself to show your loyalty or kill your men. Don't fail me again. So sure enough, he shoots his men. It just shows how ruthless and horrible these people are. And then we introduce this dude here with a scarred face near the bottom. So he's going to come in later. So Fizz One, that's the other cola company, which is John Pyle's been working for. And we meet the brother, who again is just as ruthless, just absolutely obnoxious, horrible human being, treats his staff like slaves, and they're terrified of him. So according to this, John did the naughty with one of his mistresses, and that means he owes this guy favors, right? So he is working off his debt to this guy here. Gordo is his name. And then we get a sort of introduction to how debauched John Pyle is. He's got 6 women in bed there as the assistant to Gordo turns up to take him to his next mission. And funnily enough, right, these women are actually the wives of the executives, and all the executives are sort of old Japanese men, and they're worried that they can't satisfy their wives. So they pay him and keep him in this beautiful hotel to keep them satisfied. It's hilarious. It really is funny. Anyway, as with the brothers, the assistant is actually one of a twin. So she picks him up to get him over to where he needs to be. So his last mission, or number of missions, we go through the details here, where he was given these people that he needed to eliminate. It shows how brutal and funny the killings are. So you get a really good picture of John Pyle. Again, it is very tongue-in-cheek. It's lots of fun, high concept. And then we meet his latest target. Now, this woman, she works for, I think, Fizz One. She's been working on this everlasting carbonation, so you can open your fizzy drink up and the bubbles will always be there. It won't lose its fizz. And this will put John Pyle's employer out of business. It will revolutionize the fizzy drinks industry. And he needs to steal this formula or do something, get rid of her so that it never happens, right? So that's his job. And obviously she's quite well endowed, and John Pyle's a bit of a dog, so he needs to figure out a way of getting to her and getting to it. So what he does, he tries to seduce her. So we go through this whole thing, him seducing her, then becoming friends. And essentially what I think is going to happen is maybe there's going to be a bit of a love affair there, going on. I'm not quite sure. But that is the crux of it. It's pretty fun. It really, really is fun. There's also this other party in there, a third cola company who also has this woman's house bugged. So we've got a third player coming in. But all in all, it's a roller coaster of fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. The art's lovely, as you'd expect. And the variant covers are lovely as well if you take a look at them back at the front. So from me, it's a great recommendation. I really enjoyed this book and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next one. So, like I always say, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours and I'll catch you in the next review.